I spent quite a few years using drugs and using people.
105 North Avenue, 52.
I started to become involved in at-risk behavior when I was 12 and 13. At school, there wasn't really much like that could kind of steer me away from that. I didn't really have any after-school activities.
What's the job you have at that location, Joe?
I turned into like a career criminal. If I would have been given some options, given some sort of options for help a lot sooner, then that would have helped a lot.
Continue to respond.
I think that intervention strategies are something that's really lacking.
See the complaint to Department 8.
Do you invest in these kids, or are you going to let the judicial system take them over and spend millions of dollars incarcerating them over a lifetime?
Successful crime reduction requires a change in the way that we do business.
What if each and every one of us could do something today that would help make Edmonton a safer place tomorrow? And what will it take to realize a day where each and every one of us live in a community where we feel safe and where we are safe? That's the spirit behind REACH, a report from the Edmonton Taskforce on Community Safety. In September 2008, we were asked by Mayor Mandel to develop a 10-year plan that would take a different look at how we can make our community safer.
We have to put in place programs. They're going to not be pilot projects or one of a kind. They have to be there for a number of years, and we'll gradually over time change what is happening, and I think that's the key message.
We rolled up our sleeves knowing that the solution was through crime prevention. We knew that when we invest in people and address social concerns, those at risk will be less likely to offend or become victims of crime. So we created a plan for change that will see benefits over the long term.
The task force aligned REACH with the city vision and the strategic plan, The Way Ahead. Our report and recommendations are also aligned with the work of Dr. Irvin Waller, a criminologist who heads up the Institute for the Prevention of Crime at the University of Ottawa. His book, Less Law, More Order, inspired us to look at crime differently. He's well known in Canada and around the world for advocating local governments to consider crime prevention rather than only investing in more law enforcement. And he's been a tremendous advocate and supporter for what we're doing right here in Edmonton.
Change requires some sort of permanent responsibility center, some sort of secretariat that will bring the leaders from the school boards, from housing, from social services, from the police, from the city, from recreation, together to look at how they can change their way of doing business.
Change will come when we address and attack the root causes of crime in our community. But it will take everyone working towards the same goal to make that happen. The REACH report identifies 3 themes that will help shape the change we need to make Edmonton a safer community in 1 generation. First, we recommend investing in children, youth, and families by making schools neighborhood hubs, supporting initiatives to encourage young people to turn away from gangs, and discouraging harmful outcomes like fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. We will really attack some of the root causes of crime. Second, we recommend bringing about significant change to the way services are provided to people at risk, so they are more readily available. We also believe that we can do a better job at engaging cultural groups and neighborhoods to see themselves in a Made in Edmonton crime prevention model. Finally, we recommend new leadership to bring about the change we envision. The leadership will come from a central body called the Community Safety Coordinating Council. We heard from Edmontonians loud and clear that we need a strong and sustained center of responsibility that is community-driven and independent of government. During one of our engagement sessions, someone put it this way: we need a leader, a champion, someone to own the R for responsibility. We need to have one clear strategic direction that other initiatives hang off of. The new council will have its work cut out for it. Specifically, it will be charged with ensuring the sustainability of resources, engaging Edmontonians, and implementing the recommendations of the REACH report. The new coordinating council will measure its success using the innovative social return on investment approach. This model ensures we measure the impact of our work. Initiatives may include preventing gang violence, developing an innovative urban games project for at-risk youth, and engaging neighborhoods in new ways to prevent crime.
I think Edmonton is set on a track to become a leading city, if not the leading city, in terms of prevention.
We need to make investments in crime prevention today to realize a safer community tomorrow, because the alternative isn't sustainable. The cost of doing nothing can cost Edmontonians a whole lot more in the long run. We know that for every dollar spent on crime prevention initiatives, we can save ourselves $4 to $20 that would otherwise be spent reacting to crime. If the only thing you do is get tough on crime, you inadvertently get tough on victims and taxpayers. That's because incarceration costs, more police officers, social services and victim services costs all add up. So investing now, before a crime happens, will help create the purposeful change we're seeking. Crime prevention is too important a task to wait. That's why we recommend hitting the ground running this fall with a transitional board that will establish a governance structure and confirm support from other orders of government and community partners. The central message of the REACH report is that a focus on prevention and innovation, especially in relation to our children and families, will produce a safer and more caring community today and in the years ahead. A strong sense of community offers a solid foundation for crime prevention, and engaging more Edmontonians as part of the solution will help us realize an Edmonton where each and every one of us not only feels safe, we actually are safe.